Hi, my name is Madam Maisara. Now I want to cover for Chapter 5 Function and Graph. Let's continue. Lecture 1 5.1 Functions. Students should be able to define a function, identify a function from the graph by using vertical line test, identify a one-to-one function by using algebraic approach or horizontal line test, and sketch the graph of a function and state the domain and range of a function. For this part, I will cover for subchapter 5.1a define a function and 5.1b vertical line test. Introduction. Let set X have element 3, 4, 5 and set Y have elements 6, 10, 12, 13. Illustrate the function. The relation of set X and set Y can be represented by using arrow diagram or ordered pair. By using an arrow diagram, we can show the relation of set X, set Y. For example, like this. And by using ordered pair, we can represent by using curly bracket, and then we put open bracket in the curly bracket, and the open bracket X represent X, Y. X is element on the set X, Y is the element on set Y. For example, we have element 3 mapped to 6. So then the first bracket here is 3, 6. And then the domain and range. The domain is 3, 4, 5 and the range is 6, 10, 12. But codomain is 6, 10, 12, 13. So range is the image, but codomain is the element on set Y. A function is defined as a relation where every element of one set is mapped to exactly one element of another set. Only one-to-one relation and many-to-one relation are functions. If function f maps element x from set x to element y of set y, is usually written as y is equal to fx. Element x is the input while y is the output of x. Now let's move to onto function. A function is onto when its range equal its codomain. For example, the first one, we have the relation of set A and set B. This is one-to-one relations. And since as you notice, every object is mapped to every image. This is one-to-one relation. Since the range is 1 to 3 and the codomain is also 1 to 3, so this is onto function. So therefore this is 1 to 1 and onto function. The second one, we have the relation of set A and set B. So this is 1 to 1 relation, but this is not onto since the range is 1, 3, but the codomain is 1, 2, 3, 4. So therefore this is 1 to 1 and not onto. The next one, we have the relation of set A and set B. As you can see, this is many to one relation. Since the range is 1, 2 and the codomain is also 1, 2, so this is onto function. So this is many to 1 and onto function. And then we have a relation of set A. This is many to 1 relation, but this is not onto since the codomain is not equal to range. The range here is 2, but the codomain is 1, 2, 3. So this is many to 1 and not onto. Let's look at example 1. If fx is equal to x over 2x plus 5, find A, f3x, B, f4 over x. To find f3x, we must substitute 3x into x on fx. For example, we have fx equals to x over 2x plus 5. So, f3x, we change x to 3x. So, then it will give f3x equals to 3x over 2 multiply 3x plus 5. And then we simplify, we get 3x over 6x plus 5. This is f3x. And then, for equation B, f4 over x is similar to f3x. We must substitute 4 over x into x on fx, and it will give f4 over x equals to 4 over x over 2 multiply 4 over x plus 5. We change from x to 4 over x. And then we simplify, we get 4 over x over 8 plus 5x over x. And then finally we simplify by cancel x, and we get 4 over 8 plus 5x. So this is f4 over x. Now let's look at a 5.1b vertical line test. A vertical line test is to test if a graph represents a function or not. The graph represents a function if each vertical line drawn throughout the domain cuts the graph at only one point. So if we have a graph, then we draw vertical line and we see if the line intersect at one point, intersect the graph at one point, then it is a function. Consider whether the graph represents function. For example, we have the first one. This is the first graph. Okay, to test whether this graph represents function. So we draw vertical line x. Let's say x equals to 2, and we notice that it has only one intersect point between vertical line x equals to 2 and the graph. So it is a function. Let's say we have a second graph. Okay, to test whether this graph represents function, we draw vertical line test. So we draw, let's say we draw vertical line x equals to 2. We notice that it has two intersect point between vertical line x equals to 2 and the graph. So this is not a function.